I've been tracing this image out ready to be painted onto my watercolour paper. But the problem was, when I transferred the photograph onto the paper, I had some printer ink just on the corner here, as you can see. A little bit of ink there. And that stained my paper, a big black spot on there. I tried to remove it, but that's damaged the paper, as you can see. And all I used was a kind of stiff bristle brush like that with some water on it to move it around. But that's no good. It's completely damaged now. So what I need to do now is fix that. And there is a way you can fix something like that on your watercolour paper. So if you'd have something like this in the middle of your painting, we can repair it. We can. Let me show you how. I'm going to get myself an old brush. I'll put that one down there. I'm going to be using what's called Daniel Smith's Watercolor Ground, as you can see here, look. So that's the one in question. And this base is like a liquid paper, not Tip-X now. It's like a liquid watercolour paper in a way. All you do is put it onto the paper, let it dry, and then you can paint over the top of that. So let's just take the top off of that for now. And you can see it's like a white paste, isn't it? So if I just grab some of that. It's quite thick actually, it really is thick. This is a smooth version. Oh yeah, that's really thick, look at that. So I'm going to load the brush up. Put that down a minute. I'm going to paste that onto the paper like this. Just cover up that blemish very lightly. You can add water to this as well, but I'm going to put it on quite liberally at the moment. Cover it over. Then once it's dry, you can apply another layer over the top of that, but work in layers. You can see the colour is very similar to the paper I've got. Now we know that watercolour papers do vary in their colour. Some are whiter than others. So if you're intending on painting over the top of this, it's not a problem at all. It gives you a painting surface, that's the main thing. So I'm going to leave that to dry, and then what I'll do, I'll go over the top of that again once it's nice and dry. Well, that's nice and dry. Let's add another layer over the top. And the thing about this, it doesn't matter because I can crop around the painting anyway. But if you're intending on painting some colour over the top of this area, if you're working on a background or as part of the main painting right in the middle, because that does happen, it can, then you can at least paint over the top of that. And the colour should take to this paper quite well. And that's what basically the Daniel Smith Watercolor Ground is for. That's what you can use it for covering up the paper and working over the top of that. And you can also use this as well on other products. Even something like glass. You've got to be careful, so I think it'll scrape off after a while. But just an idea, if you're working on a flat sheet of glass, you can put this on the top of the glass and then paint over the top of it once it's nice and dry. And the same applies to wood or anything you want to put it onto. If I get a small amount of colour, let's get some orange, anything like that will do. And we'll see how well it goes over the top of that watercolour ground. And this is turned grey. That's because I picked up the colour underneath as well, so therefore we've got a lovely grey tone to it, but that doesn't matter. Once this is nice and dry, which it is now, I can put another layer over the top and I could get whiter and whiter and whiter. So all I need to do, look, is add the watercolour over the top like that. It's as simple as that. So you can bring back a sheet of paper if you need to and reuse it, but only in small areas. I wouldn't do it for large areas though. And there you go, that'll give you some ideas on how to use Daniel Smith's Watercolor Ground. And I'm sure there's many other applications out there for it as well. Let me know in the comments down below.